No.
Grab an oven mitt. Mix these around. So I've added the noodles and I have put this on to preheat for saute. It's almost done preheating and it's already up to a pretty good rolling boil to finish cooking. And I really like how this is working, being able to switch back and forth from slow cook to saute and vice versa. Functionality wise, it looks like the saute function is going to be turning off soon. Oh, this is weird. 51. Trying to figure out what's going on with the timer here, because it was going down and now it's going up. I'm like, what did I do to change this? So it looks like there's a feature where this can go up and can go down. I'm not figuring it out though. I mean, we can do saute on low or on high. I like that we're on high. Okay, so this started us at 120, and this button I don't think is doing anything, and this isn't either. But it.
Welcome back to The Average Kitchen. Mark here from Canada. Got an awesome product to show you today. It is the Ninja Foodi Everyday Possible Cooker. So we have done the Ninja Possible Pro. We reviewed that. I liked it. I didn't love it. It didn't have a medium setting, and it was either, I found it sometimes a little too hot and a little too low temp. Anyway, so we're now trying this out. I have used it a couple times here in my kitchen, and I quite like it. We're gonna go through all the stats and everything that it does. If you're looking for a real good, hearty, homey, winter sort of slow cooker meal for those, busy hockey nights where you're running your kids to the rink, you're gonna wanna check out this chicken corn chowder. It's a hit in my family. So right now I've got this set on sear saute, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna saute 3 or 4 strips of bacon, get those cooking, and then we're gonna build this amazing dish. So just get some regular old bacon here.
Ooh, bacon, I love bacon.
Listen to that sizzle.
Turkey bacon is good too.
So there's 2 ways you could use this bacon. You can cook it up and then put it in your chowder, or the way I like to do it is cook a bunch, get it crispy, and use it as a topping when you serve it in a bowl. Some crispy bacon on top. That's the way I like to do it. Roughly 6 minutes to get the bacon cooked. Now, bacon is very subjective. Everybody likes it a different way. I like crispy bacon, especially given that this is going to be crumbled and put on top of the finished product. You probably want it crispy. But again, everybody likes different things. So I will add that the sear saute function has 3 settings, low, medium, high. So on the bacon, I did it on high. It took 6 minutes, as I mentioned. So I've just pumped it down to low, because what we're gonna do is I cut up a red bell pepper, a white Spanish onion, and I have a tablespoon of garlic that we're actually gonna saute in the bacon grease. So yes, this is not a low-fat meal, but this is how we're gonna do it. So I'm gonna throw that in slowly with our onion. We're just going to give that a stir. So what we're going to do once we get this, the onions start to get somewhat translucent and heated through, we're going to remove everything from the pot, and then we're going to make a roux, which is basically flour and butter, sorry. And that roux is going to help thicken our stew. All right, running out of space here. We got lots going on. So I just threw that lid on. And as you can probably see, hopefully with the overhead camera here, that our onions are starting to become somewhat transparent. So we're going to remove everything from our dish here, put it into a bowl, and then we're going to add in 5 tablespoons of butter and 5 tablespoons of flour. And if you've never made a roux before, it's definitely something that you have to pay attention to your heat level, because if you burn the flour, and the butter, you'll have to start over that portion, because it will completely overtake the taste of your dish, and you definitely don't want that. So I'm going to bump it back up to the high, and I'm going to grab some butter right here. And as soon as the butter starts to melt, then we're going to throw in our flour. Rough measurements, 5 tablespoons.
Zombie, what you have for dinner?
All right, so you can see the butter is gently starting to melt.
Yeah, man. Yeah, pizza.
All right, so you see here the butter is pretty close to melted completely. Still a couple little pieces of onion in there. It's really not a big deal. Then we're going to throw in some flour.
Because you read the other guy's comment. People would be here and be rude. I'm not homeless. I haven't been homeless since 2020.
All right, so 5 tablespoons. And again, going to want to mix that all up so that nothing burns. And again, like I said, this is a quick roux. So we're literally, you see this paste that we have here? It doesn't look like much now, but it's really going to help thicken our dish. So now, again, that's the extent of our quick roux. Now we've got 4 cups of chicken broth.
Chicken broth is good.
That's going to go in.
Oh, what kind of Chinese food?
And it's going to take a little minute to get that heated up. I'm going to stir this up and break down that flour and butter mixture. And you can just sort of scrape down the sides so you don't have anything left. I'm going to throw that lid on just to help the heat build up quicker. All right, so we're going to add in now 2 cups of heavy cream. Just like so. We're going to give that a good stir. And you can already see
let me read what this Karen Reed shit's.
My point, Your Honor, was their opinions never changed. Whether they improved is a characterization, but their opinions did not change.
Karen Reed's attorneys in court arguing they didn't violate any rules when it came to experts they used in her first trial, but the Commonwealth begs to differ.
The verbal gymnastics that counsel engages in to use words like misrepresentations to distort reality is extraordinary.
Plus, Donna Adelson, the grandmother accused of orchestrating her former son-in-law's murder, is back in court asking to be released on bond.
So I was assaulted by another inmate while I was here in the beginning of October.
I'm Anjanette Levy, and we are taking a look at the biggest moments in this week's trials and hearings. Karen Reed was back in court in Dedham, Massachusetts, ahead of her second trial for the death of her boyfriend, John O'Keefe. And the Commonwealth is calling out her lawyers, accusing them of some shenanigans in the first trial, which Reed's team denies. More on that in a moment. First, a little background. O'Keefe died on a snowy night in January 2022 in Canton, Massachusetts, after Reed found him unconscious in the yard of Boston police officer Brian Albert. O'Keefe was covered in snow and critically injured. He died at the hospital of hypothermia and skull fractures. Prosecutors say Reed and O'Keefe argued that night after drinking at the Waterfall Bar, and their toxic relationship was coming to an end. The theory? Reed dropped off O'Keefe at the Alberts, then gunned her car backwards, striking O'Keefe, leaving him to die in the snow. Reed says she's the victim of a massive police frame job and that O'Keefe was likely beaten up by fellow police officers and tossed in the front yard where he died. The first trial ended in a mistrial. The jury couldn't reach a verdict. As the second trial nears, the new special prosecutor on the case, Hank Brennan, is raising questions about how the defense team interacted with crash experts in the first trial and whether they misrepresented their interactions with those experts to the court. Specifically, ARCA expert Dr. Daniel Wolf, who testified it was his opinion that O'Keefe's injuries were not caused by a vehicle striking him. Karen Reed was in court with her dad, Bill Reed, before the hearing started. Judge Cannoni outlined the concerns.
Last week, upon hearing of a previously undisclosed relationship perhaps between defense counsel and the ARCA witnesses. I took a recess here. We suspended. I had heard about email communication, detailed communication, memorializing a conversation regarding an engagement letter and a promise of retainer on March 20th and 22nd of last year, roughly 2 months before the ARCA witnesses testified. There is another email that was 2 days before the trial and after the voir dire, 2 days before the trial with a list of cases. The Sunday before the witness testified, there's a proposed script of questions and answers and suggestions. And after the trial, there is an invoice or a bill, not just for reimbursement of travel and expenses, but for trial prep. Clearly, the ARCA witnesses were.
They charge you for trial prep? That's ooh, gossy. Bro. I haven't had dumplings. Not many dumplings.
This video is sponsored by Surfshark. Hey guys, Maven here. Today I am joined by the Maharaja. You know him as Jinder Mahal, former WWE champion Raj Desi. How are you today, buddy?
I'm good, Maven. You got some cool stuff to talk about?
Today we're going to be going over your infamous Punjabi prison match.
Yes.
You ready for this?
I am. An infamous is a great adjective to describe this match.
Well, Raj, why is this match infamous?
Well, roll it, and I'll show you exactly why.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
It is simply abominable. Take a look at this structure.
So, Raj, set the scene. Where are we? What year is it? And also, tell us how the Punjabi prison match works.
So we're in Philadelphia.
Okay.
An infamous city for cage matches.
Yes.
First time ever Punjabi prison match in Philadelphia. This was originally a match designed for the great Khali, who legitimately in Punjab was a police officer.
A friend of yours.
Yes, yeah.
Good friend of yours.
Yeah, like a brother to me. Yeah. Exactly. This is the third time ever they had a Punjabi prison. First time was supposed to be Great Khali and Undertaker. Great Khali couldn't be in the match, and Big Show was the substitute. Second time, Dave Batista and Great Khali. Third time, myself and Randy Orton. And actually, there was almost a fourth time.
Really?
It was going to be myself and Roman Reigns in Chicago. So within the inner cage, there's 4 trap doors. And when you signal to a referee to open that door, I believe it stays open for 1 minute.
Okay.
About maybe 30 seconds. If for a small period of time, that door's open and then it shuts. And the overall objective is to escape both cages.
Gotcha.
So that first cage, you can climb it in case all those 4 doors, you signal and they shut, then you got to climb that first cage. Ideally, want to save energy for the second cage, which you have to climb out of. There's no trap doors in the outer cage. You have to climb that one.
Climb over it.
First man to have both feet outside of that bigger cage wins the match.
Let's go. I'm excited to see it.
Also, this outer structure, which will be brought down once Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal are inside.
How long do you think it would take them to put that together? Obviously, the main event.
Yeah.
It's going to take them a while to just get this set up.
I think they dropped it from the ceiling.
Okay.
So, yeah, a lot of times in WWE, the cage matches, Elimination Chamber, etc.,
Yeah.
is hanging already
Hanging above,
Yeah, hanging above, so they just lower it.
There's absolutely not an ounce of give anywhere in this structure. This structure dwarfs Hell in a Cell.
In between the bars, that's legitimate bamboo.
Really?
Yeah. That inside cage, I heard, is the old school blue cage.
Get out.
Yeah, they just doctored
From
it.
like the 80s?
Yes, and the outside cage is steel, weighs tons,
It's a monstrosity, like very, very difficult logistically to move this. WWE champion Jinder Mahal selecting this very match.
Dude, your physique looks amazing in this. Random question. Would you go outside without your pants on?
No?
Then why would you go on the internet without a virtual private network? And the VPN we recommend here is Surfshark. We all know hackers and private companies, they're trying to access your personal information. That's exactly why you need a VPN. It encrypts your online activity so passwords, addresses, banking info, and much more do not fall into the wrong hands. Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, and one account can be used on an unlimited number of devices. Plus, Surfshark is offering a phenomenal deal. By using my link, surfshark.com/Maven, they're offering you not 2, not 3, 4 months of Surfshark for free. From now till January the 1st, Surfshark plans start at $199. $1.99 per month.
That's
and
cheap.
like my man here, you don't go out without your pants on. Don't go online without Surfshark.
As he walks in with the weight of 1.3 billion people.
That's an entrance that if we would have tried during my day, they would have laughed in my face. They used to tell me if it took me longer than 30 seconds to get to the ring, I was doing something wrong. But once you're the champion, I mean, you can have 5 minutes.
Yeah, you can take your
if
time.
the people are with you.
Yeah, and the commentators have time to set you over, set the tone, maybe
Yeah.
tell a little story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. Story.
Absolutely.
Wrestling's all about stories.
Catch people up.
It is.
Kyoto.
Telling
Oh,
the story.
okay.
Okay, Briz.
Okay.
Okay, Briz. Yeah. 35 to go, Briz.
Okay.
Randy Orton sinks his 14th World Championship here tonight. During the day, we got some rehearsal time in this ring. There's going to be a surprise at the end, a surprise appearance. The gentleman who's making the surprise appearance, he's 7 feet tall. He's hard to hide, but it was going to be a surprise.
Right.
So basically, they cleared out the entire bowl, security guard, everybody out, all the staff, everybody out. They hung giant curtains from the ceiling around the Punjabi prison so we can go in there and rehearse a little, just so nobody films. So it's time for the surprise to come rehearse.
Right, yeah.
And they brought him on like
Yesterday
a
was
cart,
wrestling when the
tried to
nation
hide
came
him
out.
between 2 crash pads. I
John
think about
Cena
like
turned heel.
2 feet down the ramp. We're like, you know what, screw it.
Yeah.
Just let him walk.
We're not rolling Rey Mysterio. to the ring.
Exactly, yeah. Vince was down here for this rehearsal.
One of the things that I talked about with Muhammad Hassan was, Muhammad Hassan was, like, I was never Vince's baby. Muhammad Hassan was Vince's baby for a while, that whole angle.
Yeah.
I think you were as well. What did that feel like to you?
Earlier in my career, I always avoided Vince. I was always scared of him. You might see him in Gorilla. Hi, sir.
Yeah.
Come back. Sir, was that good? Yeah. Try to get a handshake.
Exactly.
During this time, I got to work with him closely, build a relationship with him, and he would tell me what he wants out of me. He would write my promos for me, like specific things that he wanted me to say. Vince always wanted me to work holds, pick a body part, holds. That's all he wanted out of me.
Do you know why?
I think, yes, I do know why. It's because he wanted the babyface to do the exciting moves and bring the crowd up. Like, he wanted a solid heel. Because that's how Vince built this business.
Absolutely.
Heel, babyface. Right now, kind of the lines have been kind of blurred. Heels do dives and etc. Like, if I would have done a dive in those days, Vince would have. Luckily, I can't do one.
Yeah.
So
Big guys don't do that.
I want to ask you if you ever heard this phrase around your era, that it's a one-man audience. Basically, we're all just wrestling for
one guy. Yeah, for one guy.
Exactly. It's not like that anymore. But at that time,
Absolutely.
it was a one-man audience.
But there's nothing better.
Yeah.
Nothing better than going through that curtain and having him.
Have you ever got a hug?
Oh, yeah, I did.
The official is now calling for the outer structure to be dropped now.
This is such a cool setting. Just because everybody in this arena, they've been excited for this.
But just the 2 cages, they could not see.
It is difficult.
Yeah.
It is difficult.
it was hard getting a reaction from the crowd, as we'll see.
Sitting back for Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton.
I always loved being in the ring with Kyoto as well.
Great referee, yeah.
He
One of the
helped
best,
so much.
Oh, he's the best, yeah.
Yeah.
Kiki was such a great referee. His communication, he wasn't overly pushy. But anytime you needed him, he was always there. Consummate professional. I believe he had like over a 30-year run as a referee.
Absolutely.
When I applied for my green card, he gave me a letter.
Of reference?
Yes, reference letter. Yeah, yeah.
And again, these 4 doors of the inner structure will be closed. Now Randy Orton, sending Mahal face first into the steel reinforced bamboo.
It's making no noise. I'm hitting the cage pretty hard, and it's not making any noise.
There is something to be said, and I wouldn't have thought about that. That throwing somebody in the cage.
Yes. A regular cage match, you hit the cage, and it makes noise, and the crowd feels it. Yeah,
Mahal, one more attempt here to get out.
So here we go. This door is gonna close. Oh, there. Yeah.
I do like the 60 seconds. I do like that there's a time on it.
Yeah. And it has an element of danger because that door's going to drop. Your body's there, your arm or your leg is going to drop.
And you say that's the steel.
It's steel, it's heavy, yeah.
So it's going to, if it drops on an arm, it's breaking it.
Basically, I believe they cut the string or the rope that holds that door open. So it slams down.
Wear down your opponent, you have to in this type of structure. Do a ton of damage.
Oh, I love that move.
Yeah.
Divorce court, great cutoff move.
And this is the type of heel that I was. I would pick a body part, wear you down, target it, work holds. To some people, it's boring.
No.
To some of our more traditional.
That's
wrestling fan. Exactly.
That is wrestling.
Yeah. And Randy helped me out so much. Like on live events when I first started working him, he would tell me, "Okay, take your time.
Slow down.
Slow down.
Yep.
So, and then I did slow down and let the crowd react, digest everything.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, this is
a
way to work.
Yeah.
Mahal using his ability and climbing up the inner structure.
How much are you and Orton actually communicating during this match?
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Quite a bit, yeah.
One thing I think the cage offers with limited visibility is probably, you can talk a little bit.
Yeah, actually, I remember now, I don't know if it's already passed or it's going to come up. Randy, he like suplexes me kind of into the cage. And you can hear me say, "Do it again."
Yeah, hadn't happened yet.
Because the crowd can't really see what's going on, they're not that loud. Which was kind of disappointing at the time. And this match was like universally crapped on, which is never a good feeling. But I didn't know that until I turned on my phone after.
Look at Mahal here. And a suplex into the wall of the structure.
I think this is where you're gonna hear me say, "Do it again."
And one more time. Inflict as much damage on your opponent as you can.
I saw you mouth something.
Yeah, I think that's it. They picked up on it.
It's so it's such good using and I know that's one of the things. If you have something that's around, you got to use it.
In hindsight, I wish we would have went to the outside cage a little sooner. Because the people could see more. Because then you're just behind one cage.
Right. You got a little tan going.
They might have turned up the mic volume.
Little tan heat going in there.
Little TV magic.
And Randy Orton is indeed calling for the final door, for the 4th door here to be open here by the official.
Go, Randy.
Never let people that don't do this business comment and let it bother you.
Yeah, no, that doesn't bother me. It's just, it bothered me because, like, we gave so much of ourselves to this match.
Yeah.
This was a tough match, Maven. Like, you'll see as we go on, like, we put a beating on each other. And
20 seconds for Orton to get to the door. Randy's shoulder is hurt. No!
So here we go.
Here we go.
So earlier in the night in a pre-tape, I said to you guys, stay back. I got this.
I got this tonight.
And here we go.
Now, were they under the ring the whole time?
Not the whole night. So generally what they
How
do
did they
is-
get them under?
Yeah. So when we're in a commercial break, in this case, it's a pay-per-view. So maybe when there's a video package playing, all the lights in the arena go dark.
Right.
And throughout the night, the ring crew's coming out to change something. Generally, you can sneak under there without anybody noticing. I've done that a bunch of times. And underneath the ring, it's called a bed. There's a little mat there. And there's a gentleman by the name of Nick Daw who's under there with a monitor. They got water bottles down there. They got Diet Cokes. They got Red Bulls. So you have your bed, you got your monitor, and Nick actually has a headset to the producer.
To the
producer.
The gorilla.
Yep, exactly. So you know your mark, you're watching, and then also the producers through Nick is telling you, all right, stand by, get ready, go.
And is Nick under there the whole night?
Nick's under there the whole night, yeah.
What about if, let's say there's no spot called the entire night for anyone coming out from under the ring? Is Nick still under there?
Nick's under there the whole night. He's got the best seat in the house. Yeah.
What's the purpose for Nick being under there?
Gimmick place, anything to do with the ring.
Right. What's the longest you've had to stay under the ring
to wait for your spot? So generally you're not under there too long. You might come 2 segments ahead of time. Maybe the longest I was under there 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's actually pretty nerve-wracking because the timing has to be so precise.
Right.
And like you're under there, you have really no room. Like you have all this nervous energy. It's like you might be doing a few push-ups under there. Like, all right, this is my turn. No, we still got another segment. Like, all right, next segment, and you're like, oh my god, like I'm nervous under here. It's dark, and if someone's taking bumps, like it's quite loud under there.
Wow.
One time I was under there, and it was Randy versus Bray Wyatt. It was a match that they had somewhere off-site at like a old abandoned house, and then it trickled back into the arena. Randy and Bray are by the announce table. I'm underneath the ring, and Randy's whacking Bray with chair shots, and I can hear him underneath the ring, and I can hear Bray doing a shoot cell like.
You can always know when someone actually gets good. Yeah. They do that almost like giving up on life.
It was just whack.
The single, wait a minute, the 10 seconds. No, you gotta be kidding me. Pulled the Hall out of the gate, and Randy Orton couldn't get there in time.
So if I make it out of this outside cage, I win, yeah. And this was the psychology that, okay, these guys,
At this point, what does Randy have to do to get the cage door back open?
If it won't open, he has to climb it.
You're talking about a head start. The Jinder just got DDT. He's not climbing out of anywhere.
What are they doing with this cage when it's not in use? You don't want to scrap that. You don't want to get rid of it.
Yeah. So WWE has a huge storage space in Stamford. They have all kinds of historic, essentially pieces that have been used on television, everything from the Gookity Gobbler to the Punjabi prison is in this giant warehouse. I think it's still there. It should be still there. Maybe someday they'll bring it back.
Oh no, watch Randy. Oh my God, and he climbed over to the outer structure.
Batista actually did this, where he jumped cages. And the way the cage is set up, the way the angles are, from the corner of the inside cage, it's not that far from one of the sides of the cage. So, Randy,
it's doable.
And this is something that we tried during the day. And again, this is very, very high. I don't like heights.
Something people forget.
Yeah.
You guys are sweaty.
We're sweaty.
You might have oil on.
Oh, a lot of oil, yeah.
You're gonna. It's slippery.
It's slippery, yeah. There's a lot of room for.
And if that's steel, like you said, that's not a grip friendly material.
No.
And whatever it takes to remove Mahal from the equation. If you're Randy Orton, the man dropped off.
People always think that flooring is soft. It's not.
No, it's not. No. People think the ring is soft.
Yeah, it's wood.
Not. Yeah, it's not.
I've had to educate a lot of people. It's not a trampoline.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a trampoline.
Yeah. If a normal person was to step in the ring and take a bump, they wouldn't. They'd be like, how do you guys do this?
I've seen it. Yeah. And you know what happens? The next day they feel like, oh, I don't know how you do it. I hurt all day.
What?
You have to callous your body.
Yeah, you do.
You have to teach your body that this is just life now.
Yeah, Mahal's plan is working. Yeah, Mahal's confident now.
Luckily, this cage is at least easy to climb. Have you ever climbed the other cage?
The chain link?
The chain link. It's tough.
Like the chain link, cut. I remember like at the end of my hands were cut up, and it's just from like just reaching in and just like the cage pinching on you.
Yeah.
Or trying to do anything he can to break the hold, he does.
I'm shocked that Kevin Dunn didn't figure this out, figure a way to get sound, because Kevin Dunn was very, say what you want about him, he was very thorough about putting a good television product out.
Sure.
And that a part of the television product is sound.
The 2 previous Punjabi prison matches had giants in it. Big Show, Undertaker, then Khali, Batista.
Yeah.
So I don't think they were doing too much running into this. It was basically like King Kong versus Godzilla, and But me and Randy are more athletic sized.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Think about the abuse that Randy Orton's taken throughout this match. You can see him still favoring the left arm here.
Earlier in that day, maybe the day before, Samir Singh told me he wants to take a crazy bump from near the top of the cage through the table.
Right.
And I was like, bro, that makes no sense. Where on the inside of the cage, you can't climb over the cage just to get bumped off. It's too weird. I was like, let me try thinking of a way that's natural. As we were out there, I was like, bro, you're small enough to fit through these.
You can doggy door yourself.
You can doggy door, but I'm like, make it look like a little bit of the struggle. Make it look like this bamboo is actually somewhat effective.
Providing some resistance?
Some resistance. Well, it is for me and Randy. We can't.
Absolutely.
But
Randy Orton's got to climb out here essentially with one arm here against Jinder Mahal, trying to climb out.
Here's the thing. They barely caught that. The camera barely caught it.
Yeah.
If they hadn't have caught it,
yeah, yes, exactly.
how did he get out there?
Exactly, yeah. Luckily, they caught it, and that's generally something producers communicate with to the truck about.
That's Kevin Dunn. That's
Kevin Dunn's in the truck, but Kevin Dunn doesn't know this is coming. The producer,
Really?
no. We don't talk to Kevin Dunn at all. All the big moments, producers write down.
Right.
They have their clipboard, they have their piece of paper, they're writing down the highlights, like, okay, this is happening. And especially a long match like this, if you ever forget, the refs have a two-way mic.
Oh, yeah.
So Kyoto asked Michael, what spot's coming next? I haven't had to do that very often, but in a long match like that, this is it's a lot of stuff to remember.
Yeah, we're 30 minutes into this.
We're 30 minutes in already. Yeah, this is a long match. So if at any time we're lost, what big bump is coming up next? Because we don't tell them small stuff.
Right.
It's the main highlights. Boom, boom, boom.
Samir Singh was small enough to get out of the structure. I know he's climbing on the outside here. Oh my God.
What story are you telling with him? Obviously, he doggy-doored through to go out to the other
if
side.
Randy climbs over, he's going to win the match.
So he's meeting him at the top.
Yeah, to say,
Gotcha.
get down. For this night, this was probably the biggest bump of the match. It definitely was, because I didn't take a bump like this.
Randy Orton, one more shot here, and Samir Singh.
I'm scared of heights, too.
That is a hell of a bump, my God.
It was,
My God.
it was Singh Bro's idea. The producers generally, they're not going to suggest an idea that is risky.
Gotcha.
Because if he gets hurt, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just not fair to do to someone. But because you have pressure. This guy's a young kid.
He's not going to say no.
He's not-
He
he's
can't
not-
say-
he's not
In
gonna
his
say no,
mind, he
yeah.
can't say no.
Yeah.
He sized it up perfect. He actually twisted his body.
Yeah, he took it very good. Yep. You want to land on the long way of the table.
And he did that in midair.
Midair, yeah.
It's a hell of a bump.
Yeah, less, there's more space, so little bit less risk. Because if you take it like a T, maybe your head or something, your neck's going to go over the top, like you get a whiplash or...
When Taker gave me the last ride through the table,
Oh, no.
I was, and I don't know why I was worried about it, but I remember, and I wasn't gonna say anything to him. I was like, God, I hope he moves the monitors.
Yeah.
And he did, of course, it's Taker.
Yeah.
But they don't have.
So, iPads.
Okay.
Yeah.
I age myself so much.
And guys, remember, still inside the ring, Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton are rather still inside the structure.
I come up, and when I come up, Randy's gonna say, way too soon.
Really?
Yeah. He was listening to the crowd, and at that point, the crowd was getting louder.
Right.
They were getting louder.
Right.
Maybe a chant was starting or something.
He was gonna milk it. This is when he was gonna win.
Exactly.
In this match, Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton both climbing simultaneously the outer structure.
Yeah, that was weird. Because did you see you dying? You stopped? Man, you were going up, watch. You're going up, and then you stop. There's a reason. Small things, no one notices.
But as soon as he said it, I was like, you're right. Sorry, brother.
I know you say you know this match got shit on.
Yeah.
Was he happy with it? Was he happy?
We were both happy with it when we came back.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't think he really gives a shit that people don't like it. There's people that liked it too. They just didn't go on Twitter and fucking say they loved it.
And the people that do that don't get noticed.
Actually, you know what? Some people did like it because in person I've met people who were like Punjabi prison match. Like, maybe not to like a diehard wrestling fan, but to a casual fan.
But to your diehard wrestling fan, they don't like anything with
They don't like
anything gimmicky.
Yeah.
The carnage of this match is all over.
Just went for the
Still here, guys.
What do you,
That's
have you ever
somebody
taken a
cut.
steel chair? Just went for the
Still
challenge.
here, guys.
What do you,
That's
have you ever
somebody
taken a
cut.
steel chair in the back, or you guys just taking the heads?
I take 1,000 of them in the back. I'd let you hit. I would let you hit me with a steel chair right now in the back. I don't think they hurt.
Okay, for some reason it kills me.
Really?
It's like someone slapped me in my back so hard.
I mean, I'm not. All right, let me rephrase. It doesn't tickle. I don't do it for fun. But I know there's not gonna be lasting effects.
So around maybe after this, me and Randy were on every live event in Last Man Standing matches, and he would give me one big chair shot every match. Right in the back.
Right in the back?
And I hated it. I would like wake up and be like, I gotta take a chair shot today.
Really?
So
that's what you dreaded?
Oh, bro.
Really?
Oh, shot to the gut there. And now it's steel.
Ooh, that sounds painful.
Back of the hall.
Okay, so this one I'm kind of high, so it's not as bad. But when you're laying lower to the ground, there's more room for that chair. So that's another cheat code. If you can kind of be higher, it's
Cheat
less.
up.
Yeah.
Cheaters never win.
To retain the WWE Championship.
Of course.
Okay, here's the big surprise. Here we go. The great Khali makes his much anticipated return.
Now leading. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, why is this the great surprise? Where has the big man been? When was the last time he was on television?
At least 5 years.
Wow.
He's been in India enjoying life. When Khali is in India,
It's pandemonium. Really? Like what? Like
let me show you.
Wow. I didn't know he was Indian, but he was.
Pandemonium.
And that's everybody just wanting him.
Yeah, it's Khali's.
Is it like that in the States?
No, for nobody. It's never like this. Because in the States, we have this thing where like we can't sell that we're marks. Like everybody has it. Like whatever. Like,
I have an Instagram too.
Yeah,
That's how we are.
Yeah, exactly. Like in India, it's not like that.
Really?
They're here.
They show reverence.
Oh, they show love like nowhere else in the world.
Then they're on to something.
You need to go sometime. Yeah, I'm sure you have a lot of fans even from India that love wrestling.
We get comments every week.
Exactly. Tell Nathan
Every week.
to come to India. You guys are gonna show him the respect
India.
that he's never felt, never.
I don't know about travel because things will be going out in other countries as well.
Oh, I loved you. You kicked the Undertaker out. I loved it. Oh, thank you so much. You're not that big in person.
What I usually tell him is, how big's your TV? Let's say 60 inches, whatever, 70 inches. Oh, you gotta get a bigger TV.
Yeah.
Gotta get a bigger TV.
Creator of the match, the Punjabi Princess, the great Khali. Oh my. That's who created this entire structure.
So they call this the Andre shot when they shoot from
up above. Yeah.
A couple times I've gotten the Andre shot. And when the cameraman goes low, I'm like, wow.
It really does. Yo, it really does make it really does show size.
These people stay here as long as possible. What the hell he's doing? Why?
Khali's making this entrance. If you see Randy, you see him. You see
Blowing.
He's blowing. After I watched it, I was like, yo, why were you blowing your fingers? He's like, because they were slippery. So Khali's shaking the cage.
Right.
And that's what we rehearsed when the curtains were covering the ring. Just that finish. And during the day when we rehearsed it, Randy's hands were dry.
That's when he said they're slippery.
Yeah,
To be able to hold
because I have oil over me.
Yeah.
I have conditioner in my hair. Randy's oiled up, sweat.
Yup.
Yeah, he's blowing on his fingers to
So he can hold on.
Yeah. Because that was pretty risky. That was very dangerous. There's no crash pad under us.
And he's inverted. You slip, you fall on your head, it's game over.
Randy
Look at that.
and fought 3-on-1 this entire match. And
So actually, there was another miscue. I believe it was in Gorilla.
Gorilla.
As we were about to go out, it might have been a note from Vince, but Michael Hayes told me when Kali has Randy, go like beside him and like get the camera shot where you're smiling, like, yes.
This is what I wanted.
Yes. So I did it on the inside of the cage and we killed the shot kind of a little bit, but what he meant was when I'm already over.
I think it works.
Yeah.
Because with you selling it right there, right there, that's you realizing, Randy, you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna win.
I think it was just the camera angle. If you look at it,
I thought it looked great.
So
look, that's a great shot.
That's a great shot. Yeah, but right now,
That's a shitty shot.
have you ever been in Gorilla when there's a shitty shot and everyone dances, loses
Vince
his
goes
mind?
nuts. He loses his shit.
I think that's what happened.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
what? There's no get his face because this is the money.
Yeah.
This is the money.
Money
That's not
talks,
showing.
bullshit.
What did you say earlier? We're wrestling audience
Yeah,
of one.
Yeah,
Audience of one.
Yeah, when me and Randy came back and Great Khali came back, the audience of one wasn't there.
Where was he?
He left.
What?
Yeah. That was like a little bit disrespectful in a way.
It was 100%
Yeah,
disrespectful.
he
Was it? Why? I've
No,
never.
was he upset? Even Randy was like,
Yeah.
was he upset? And Michael is like, no, he just left.
I've never heard of that happening.
Sometimes when the show ends, he's out of there.
Bolts? I
Yeah,
know he
because
get out
like
there.
he doesn't stay for the celebrate, like because
No,
we're
he don't-
celebrating with the bell.
Yeah, he doesn't-
Randy's selling.
He doesn't stay for that stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah, we should have said, hey, thank you. Like, yeah.
And Jinder Mahal retains the WWE
Oh, yeah, remember that.
Chain, still champion, but the best thing ever.
Well, the Saints are still down here, Adam.
Give me the bell.
hey guys, Maven here. Today
one,
we
man.
are joined by WWE legend, the Phenom, Hall of Famer, the
Undertaker, Mark Calloway.
Mark Calloway.
Thank you for coming out, man. I just it's been a while.
It's been too long. Today we're going to be breaking down the very first Hell in a Cell match featuring you versus Shawn Michaels. And what I love about this match is it's still going on today.
I remember. Even for me.
Okay, so we're in St. Louis, Missouri. At this point, wrestling fans, they knew cage matches. They knew the old steel cage with the blue.
Right.
This was the first time anyone had ever seen a cage with the top.
Right.
Am I correct?
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Yes. So Sean and I had been in this angle, and every kind of match, every kind of thing that we did,
Waiting for me.
some way or another, he found a way to weasel his way out. And that was how the Hell in the Cell was created.
Hell in a cell. I can't break, I'm waiting for the exhale. Oh yeah, baseball season's about to start. You're killing me something. The ultimate custom brownie protein ice cream recipe. Waiting all the time. Yeah, Trader Joe's is not that expensive, though. It could be a. We're riding down, dancing in the park. Let me watch this.
I believe Logan Paul is a big fan of the Prime.
Fine.
I have noticed that Logan holding Primes a lot. I've not noticed Logan drinking Primes a lot. I don't know if that's just when I'm looking, but that has been something that I have noticed.
Good job.
Hey, Hey, this is the game Triple H from the WWE. Right now, I am on Snack Wars for Sport Bible. I sort of feel like the top is overkill.
Sport what Bible?
So it's just like a pork rind.
Yeah.
Pork rinds are the best.
It looks and mildly smells like a pig's butthole.
That's probably more accurate.
Yeah. And ironically taste a little bit like a pig's butthole. Don't ask me how I know that. Tastes like fried fat.
Yeah, that's effectively what it is.
That's what it is. Yeah. Now we have Jack Link's beef jerky original. I'm a beef jerky fan. Little known fact, Brock Lesnar has his own.
Brock Lesnar. Let me see. You're itchy like hell. Lacey SMF. Lacey Pacey. Let me see what they call. Oh yeah, the Cardinals waiting for me. Just looking at these channels. I can't believe today's Sunday. Here we go again, mama. Do you guys want me to start a new stream? Yeah, well, in 14 minutes when is an hour. I'm sorry, no. You know WWE owns PBR. They own PBR Wrestling. Wow, I didn't know the measles was back. Well, let me see something. I'm listening to a thing. No way.
Naomi just got put on blast by Jade Cargill at Elimination Chamber, and even though it appears that we got our big answer, new questions are still popping up. So let's get into everything that happened at Elimination Chamber, why it happened, and what other twists and turns can be on the way, because it doesn't look like all of reveals have been made quite yet. So all of the women make their way to the ring, including Bianca Belair, who is placed inside a pod. The starting two members of the match was set to be Naomi and Liv Morgan. But before the chamber door was locked shut, out came Jade Cargill to the ring. Jade steps inside the ring, and Liv can be seen yelling at Jade that it wasn't her. Jade does respond to Liv, saying that she knows it wasn't her. Jade then pounces on Naomi with an absolutely brutal attack. Bianca Belair is screaming and crying, just having no idea of what's happening. But is Bianca truly innocent? We'll touch on that in just a bit. But keeping the focus on Naomi, Jade Cargill continues to beat the life out of Naomi in every corner of the chamber. One indicator of just how insane this attack was on Naomi was Alexa Bliss. She is a character that has seen a lot of intense and twisted stuff in recent years. She's an evil character herself, but even Alexa had a look of being absolutely terrified on her face. Jade Cargill's attack was so brutal that Naomi was put on a stretcher and eliminated from the chamber instantly. So without even saying a word, Jade's actions did all the speaking. Her attack on Naomi is not a heel turn. It's Jade getting her lick back for what she believes happened to her back in November, with Naomi being behind the attack. Bianca Belair would go on to appear during the post-show for Elimination Chamber, and she lightly touched on the Jade Cargill and Naomi situation, even giving a few small revelations there during that quick interview. Bianca noted that she has no idea what's going on and has no idea what happened back in November. Bianca said that she was heartbroken and has to speak to the both of them to see what's going on. She said that she still needs a lot of answers. Bianca Belair also had a line that felt like she was throwing Naomi fully under the bus. Bianca admitted that Naomi was the one who strongly pushed her into the belief that Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez did the attack on Jade Cargill. So if that's true, that's a big reveal there, and it explains why Naomi was the driving force of blaming Liv and Raquel. It was just in order to cover her own tracks. So it seems like a pretty outright reveal that Naomi was behind the attack. But fans feel like this story is not done with reveals at all, and that there's another twist coming down the line. A lot of fans are still holding on to the idea that Naomi might have taken part in the attack, but that Naomi had help. She didn't act alone. This entire elaborated attack on Jade Cargill had to be with multiple attackers. That's what some fans are leaning towards.
That's what it is.
And if that's the case, did you know that a current women's champion almost portrayed Alexa Bliss' Lily doll? Alexa Bliss first introduced her Lily doll back in 2021 following WrestleMania 37. The doll was instantly surrounded by a lot of fan intrigue and theories about what Alexa Bliss could be planning through the usage of Lily. One of the main things Alexa constantly mentioned and hinted at was the idea that the Lily doll was really alive and was this powerful force. And the two biggest theories from there was about how maybe it'll be a spin-off of Bray Wyatt and The Fiend. Maybe Alexa would transform into Lily. But the other big belief was that maybe Lily would come to life in human form and be portrayed by another female wrestler. It was Chelsea Green who was actually pitching hard to be the live-action version of Lily back in 2021. So Chelsea was completely down with the idea of being real-life Lily. But the company did not go in that direction. Did you know that a current women's champion almost portrayed Alexa Bliss' Lily doll? Alexa Bliss first introduced her Lily doll back in 2021 following WrestleMania 37. The doll was instantly surrounded by...
Bad news. I got some bad news. Wake up every morning, I got Brian on my mind. Let me see this.
And I did not want to do this. I'm trying to do what's right for the business.
10 Vince McMahon things that Triple H killed off in WWE. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on WrestleMania XL. Number 10, making legends feel inferior. Now, whilst Vince McMahon often liked to use legends on WWE programming, with WWE hosting nights such as Legends Night and McMahon even putting legends in featured programs, it was a common consensus that McMahon didn't give them the respect that they deserved backstage. Thankfully, under Triple H's leadership, this has vastly changed. The legends, when they visit WWE, are treated with respect and love, and Triple H insists that the modern roster acknowledge the work of the stars of yesteryear. Former WWE European Champion X-Pac confirmed how well Triple H treats legends during an interview with Sports Illustrated. We get treated so well regarding recent appearance. That wasn't always the way it was. There's been times over the years I've seen older wrestlers so disappointed that they weren't even acknowledged. It's a big deal to us. This was our life. So it means the world to be treated the way we're treated. Being at Raw, I loved it. I was telling my wife this, even people I wasn't close with back in the day. I'm so happy to see them now. Now the game has even gone out of his way to make amends with former enemies such as Scott Steiner and CM Punk. And it's clear that Triple H believes that no bridge is truly burnt when it comes to WWE. Number 9, longer PLEs. Vince McMahon was obsessed with stacking pay-per-views from top to bottom with matches. This had some positives as it allowed a range of talent to receive pay-per-view time and a pay-per-view payday. However, certain pay-per-views lasted for an eternity, and nothing was given the opportunity to be memorable due to the sheer length of the pay-per-view runtime. This is the complete opposite approach that Triple H takes, as pay-per-views, now referred to as premium live events, only feature a few matches, and this allows matches appropriate time to make a statement. Whilst it's understandable why the game likes this formula, it hasn't been perfect, and it has received some criticism. Triple H rarely deviates away from this model, and this means that certain matches that should take place on a PLE match card end up taking place on Raw and SmackDown. Additionally, titles such as the tag titles have just become afterthoughts, as they haven't even been defended on a single PLE since WrestleMania 40, and this is due to the limited match cards on the PLE events. With PLEs breaking records left, right, and center, it's unlikely that this is going to change anytime soon. The only events that the game will break away from this booking pattern will be WrestleMania events, as well as other two-night PLEs such as the upcoming SummerSlam show. Number 8, the 24/7 title. Now, the 24/7 title was introduced in 2019, and it was designed to bring some raw excitement to Monday nights. Even though the title has had some fun segments and moments over the years, WWE eventually lost interest. And it was reported that the infamous title was never mentioned in creative meetings. One of Triple H's first acts as head of WWE Creative was to retire the title immediately, as hilariously Nikki Cross would attempt to dump the title in a trash can, which was certainly symbolic, as it was Triple H basically telling the audience what he really thought of the title, even though she missed the pin completely. Number 7, scripting the commentary team. Vince McMahon loved to micromanage his announce team. It was common knowledge that McMahon directed traffic through a headset, and he was even said to scream down the headset whenever a commentator said something he didn't like. This style of management was very hard on commentators, and it led to numerous names quitting the position over the years. Yet Michael Cole continued on and did his best under extreme difficult working conditions. One of the first things Triple H did was give his commentary team more freedom, and the quality of the commentary output in WWE vastly improved overnight. Cole, as well as other commentators, began to call the product with love and passion, and the commentary has quite rightly received rave reviews. Cole himself has spoken at length about how happy he is under Triple H's management, and this is what the WWE veteran had to say during an appearance on the Pat McAfee show. I think that freedom has really allowed the superstars, and I know for me and I know for Pat as well, has allowed us to be more entertaining, to be more relaxed, to be able to sit back and enjoy this product as a fan. Also, who knows characters better than the character? Seth Rollins knows his character better than anyone on the planet, so why not allow him to be able to bring that character forward? I've seen everything in this business for nearly 30 years. I've never had as much fun as I've had the last couple of years, not only working with you, but working with Paul Levesque. Now, it's wonderful to hear that Cole is having so much fun in his job, and he's a name that firmly deserves all the love and appreciation he's been receiving over the past few years, and no doubt a future Hall of Famer. Number 6, alienating the international audience. One of the most frustrating elements of being a WWE fan when Vince McMahon was around the company was that he mainly focused on the US market. Whilst WWE would deliver European tours, an international PLE was simply out of the question outside of a few pre-selected nations. Thankfully, in 2022, this all changed. Nick Khan and Triple H wanted to focus on expanding and rewarding the international market. And since then, there have been major events in countries such as England, Wales, Scotland, France, and Germany, just to name a few. Premium live events taking place overseas is now a yearly staple, and this makes it incredibly exciting to be an international WWE fan. These events do amazing numbers for WWE, and according to Khan during an interview with World Congress of Sports, international PLEs are here to stay. We sat down together a few years ago and decided so the big 5 premium live events should be in the US or Canada. All of the other events, the goal is to have them in international locations. There have been calls to have a WrestleMania event overseas, and with the 2026 Royal Rumble taking place in Saudi Arabia, this doesn't seem far-fetched. Number 5, a ban on independent bookings. A WWE contracted wrestler working in another promotion under Vince McMahon would have been highly unlikely. However, under Triple H, it's now become more common. Triple H allows his talent to work dates outside of WWE under certain circumstances, and due to Triple H working with promotions such as Noah and even TNA, WWE wrestlers are showing up in promotions all over the world. And Triple H has realized that allowing wrestlers to do this doesn't just keep them happy, it also helps other promotions, which can come in handy when looking at signing new talent. Cutting off other promotions is easily done, but it's always easier and healthier to have some type of working relationship with these companies. Triple H even agreed to have TNA talent in the 2024 Rumble, and hearing the WWE commentary team talk openly about TNA storylines and lore was truly groundbreaking. Number 4, sporadic booking. Long-term storytelling is something that Triple H thrives himself on. Triple H loves to tell stories over a period of months or even years, and whilst Triple H did deliver some long-term storytelling, a lot of his storylines seem sporadic and just thrown together. In fact, it was often said that McMahon would rewrite the show hours before it was set to go live, and some weeks McMahon would be rewriting the show as it was in progress. Speaking to Variety in 2023, the game outlined his way of booking the WWE product, and it made for a fascinating read. Vince was always thinking long-term. Whether it gets executed that way or whether it wasn't, I didn't know. But for me, it's how I think, because it was how I was taught by him. I'm always trying to think about the long-term storyline.
Bye guys, I'll talk to you later. I'll be back in a
And
few.
one of the first things I talked to the team about is, okay, where do we want to go for WrestleMania? What's that goal? Obviously, it's going to change, but what's the target goal?